Good morning, everyone. This is Ida. I don't know why I say it like that, guys. I just do. I have a project share, and I've been playing with a die that my friend Carolyn gifted me a while back, and I hadn't had a chance to play with it, but this is the die that I've been playing with, and I know it's one of those generic dies, so anyway, she gifted this to me, and I really love lanterns, lampposts, and stuff like that. Anything having to do with a lantern, I love it. The old-fashioned lamppost and all that. So this is a three-piece set. It comes with the actual lamppost. Then it comes with the wreath die, and then it comes with a little bow that goes on the wreath. So I created a couple of embellishments that I wanted to share with y'all, and they are I used some of the Santa Baby little word tabs that were in the ephemera pack. So I made the first one in white, and I didn't want to make it, I'll show you what this is what the wreath looks like, guys, cut out, and it's very flat. There's really nothing to it, and I wanted to put more dimension in it, but that did give me my base for the wreath that I was going to. As you guys know, I always play with the shred and see what I can do with the shred. Now, I've already done these wreaths before, and there is a video on how to make these, but I'm going to show you, hopefully at the end of this one of my project share, that I'm going to show you how to make it. And hopefully stay in frame, you guys, because sometimes I tend to pull my work towards me, and then, you know, my video's not great. But anyway, this is the first one that I created. Now, I cut it out 3 times in the 110-pound cardstock. And the last one, I saved the 2 little pieces that cut out, because it does cut out the pieces right here where the light goes. And I did save the last 2, you guys, and I kind of with a bright yellow, like a canary yellow alcohol marker, I painted them, colored them, so it would look like a light. And like the light was on. And then I added some of, I tried to use my this snow text, you guys, but mine has somehow dried up, and I know this is a recent purchase, and I bought a small one for that simple reason, that I didn't want it to stay there and then it would dry up. It's still dried up. I'm going to try and add some Elmer's glue or something and mix it up and hopefully get it to become a little bit more soft where I can spread it or something. But that's what I tried to do here, to add the snow to the post, and it's really clunky, you guys. I really don't like, I mean, it looks fine, but I had a hard time putting it on there. And then I added some of that glitter glue. And I don't do like dimension like a drop or anything. I kind of just smear it, you guys, flat, just to give it that sparkle. And then here's that little bow that it cuts out. And after I had done my little wreath, I adhered it to the 3 layers of the 110-pound white cardstock. And then I made the little wreath separate, and then I adhered it here. But anyway, to do the wreath, I just used the shred that I use, and I kind of twist it around to have it like a tight spiral. And after I had done that, I added the bow, guys. That way I knew where exactly I wanted the bow, and none of my beads or flatbacks would interfere where my bow was. And after I was done with that, I still felt like it needed something, so I went through my ephemera pack from Santa Baby, and I had this cheer and joy little word banner, so I went ahead and put that here. And if you don't have one, you can type these up, you guys, because it's just on a white piece of paper and it's pink. I mean, that's all there is to it. So you could definitely, if you own a computer and a printer, you could print these out. Or if you have a very small Christmas stamp, you could stamp something out and put it there. So that was my first one, my white one. And then I said, let me do it in black, because normally the lampposts are black. So I made one in black. And here's what that one looks like. And I put another little piece of the ephemera. It says "Believe in the Magic." And I did color it in yellow. All my layers were black, you guys. Again, 110-pound cardstock. And I did 3 layers. But I saved the cutouts that came from the white ones, so I could paint them yellow and put them into my lamppost. So there it is in the black. And I'm going to show you how I made the wreath. But look at how pretty those are, guys. They're real simple to make, and hopefully I'm going to do really quick and show you how to make the wreath. I'm not going to do the lamp post because that's pretty much you know, self-explanatory. But the wreath is a little bit more tricky. Now, here is the wreath part that you cut out that comes in the die set. And I love it because it gives me the base, you guys, for my wreath. Now, you could use like a pine needle type of a punch, or you could use that thick garland. You could use anything, but I just love the way the shred looks. So that's what I have been using, not just for this, but for fall as well. So I have some shred here, you guys. This is the shred that I got from my winnings from Miss Betty. And I took it all out of the box, you guys, and I put it in a bag. And I love the mixture. And all I do, guys, really, and this has some really long ones. So the really long ones, I just fold in half. And then I get, you know, several of the little pink ones, because the pink ones are a lot shorter. Now, I don't know if the mixture came this way or if she mixed it this way, but that's what was in the box. So, you know, I don't like to waste anything. And I just kind of line them up at the edge, guys. Make sure they're all even up here on the edge. And I'll do like 3 or 4 pinks, and then I do 2 of the mint green or teal color. And I think I'm going to do 1 more pink. And this is all I do, guys. I line them all up here, and then I put a little dab of glue so they will stick together. And I kind of just squeeze them together. Now, the glue is a little warm, you guys. So if you have the rubber fingertips that are made by Mod Podge, the silicone ones, go ahead and use that, because, you know, it is a little warm. And let me make sure this one is glued down. So this is all I do right here. And this is the beginning of my wreath. And for these little bitty ones, all it takes is 1, you guys. I don't need anything more than the 1. So I already had one pre-done, but I'll go ahead and use this one. And I just put a dab of glue, guys. And I lay my piece right there. Just let it dry for a little bit. And I kind of try and straighten these out a little bit, not too much, because I do want the crinkly going on. But I just kind of take my finger and I wrap it underneath. Like when you twirl your hair, that's the movement that I'm doing here. So, not that I twirl my hair or anything, but you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. And I just glue it down. And it's because the wreath is so small that, like I said, just the 1 section that we glued together is enough to go all the way around. And I keep twirling, you guys, until I get to the end of the wreath. And I think that I'm in frame. Put some glue down. And just kind of be careful not to get your fingers in there, because you know, hot glue is hot, unless you have like a low temperature glue gun. Then that wouldn't be too bad if you got some on yourself. And but mine is just a high temperature one. So I just keep twirling because I like to make it look spiral. Add a little bit more glue here. And just hold it for a second so it'll dry on there. You know, so the glue will cool down so it doesn't come undone. See, I'm almost to the beginning, you guys, to where we started, and I still have some left. So I have enough, and actually I do have to trim on this one, you guys, because you don't want it to be too thick on one side and then flat on the others. So I'm gonna try and end it here. There's my glue. I'm gonna hold this down like this, and I think I stayed in frame this time. I'm trying to get the little glue strings off of me. Now right here, this piece, I am gonna cut it off. I'm gonna cut it off and then just tuck them in, you guys. I'll shorten these right here. And see, I have these little pieces. I'm going to twirl them, but I'm going to add some glue here so I can just kind of tuck them in and they won't move anywhere. Now be careful not to burn yourself. Like for me, I have developed kind of like a tolerance for the hot glue. But if you haven't, be very careful because it does get pretty hot. And let's glue these down. I don't like these sticking up like that. Now to get all the little spider webs or the glue webs off, I call them spider webs, just take your heat tool, you guys, and hit it with your heat tool, and that will kind of dissolve them. So there it is. There's the little wreath. Isn't that pretty? And it's really simple. So I'm going to find the spot that I like. Oops. I dropped it, you guys. I'm going to find the spot that I like the least, because that's where I'm going to put my bow. And I didn't cut out the bow. The bow that comes with it is this one right here. I didn't cut it out because I made this one out of just a satin ribbon. And that's the one I'm going to use here. And I'm just going to add a little dab of glue back here. And I'm going to glue it on. And there is a ribbon that's a little bit thinner than this that might look a little bit better. But this one looks pretty good, or I think it looks pretty good. I don't like this little frayed edge right here. And that too, guys, when you're cutting ribbon, make sure you're using sharp scissors. That way it doesn't shred your ribbon. There it is, guys. How cute is that? And I think I do have a lamppost right here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it so I can show you. I thought I had one here. But I said I'm not going to throw it away. Because here it is. Nope, that's a tree. Well, I guess I don't have an extra one. I thought I had an extra one right here, but I don't have one. But that's how simple this was, you guys. And I have like a bunch of little packets of, I think these were gifted to me by Miss Lorianne Norris. And it's a bunch of little packs of little gems and just different things, little flatbacks. So I can use any of these colors. I used these small pink ones, and I used this assorted white. I think my daughter gave me these. And I use this assorted white flatbacks, iridescent. And that's the little, you could say, ornaments that I used on the wreath. But that's all I did. Literally, that is all I did. I wish I could find my other little lamppost that I had sitting up here. I had it sitting up here so I could show it to y'all. And it was just cut out, you guys. It wasn't nothing major. You've seen the ones that I already decorated, so. But hopefully I didn't lose it. Anyway, that's all I did to make these wreaths, you guys. And after I had done this part, then I added my little crystals and my flatback pearls and adhered it to the lamppost. I think they look beautiful. They were very simple to make. You saw how fast I made that. Like what takes the longest is making this wreath, and you guys saw how fast I made that. There's also another thing that I wanted to share with y'all. Let me move these out of the way over here. Turn off my hot glue gun. Actually, there's a couple things I want to share with you guys. I have been looking for a mint green, or what I call a mint green, for the Santa Baby paper. And I was having a lot of trouble finding that color. But when I looked through my paints, I had this ink pad by Tim Holtz, and it's the Distress Oxide, you guys, and it's cracked pistachio. And if you just give it a light coat, it matches perfectly with the Santa Baby paper. So if anybody's looking for some type of ink that matches with the Santa Baby paper, this is it. This is the closest I could get to it, and it looks pretty good. The other thing, I picked up these eyelets, and they're like a flower. And they are a mint green as well. I bought these on Amazon, you guys, but they took a long time to come in, like a long time. So I finally did get them, but they are the perfect color. And I bought these on Amazon. So, I don't have a link to them, but I did get them at Amazon. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys, I finished Miss Tamika's tags, and I'm going to share those with you guys. And I use one like I made one, an extra one, to share it with you guys so y'all can see what that it can hold a gift card. This is the first one that I shared with y'all, and that the list comes up and she can mark whoever the gift, whoever this gift is going to. So this was the first one that I created, you guys, and I did cut a layer of the foam and the paper for the front and the back. And this is the flower that Miss Agnes had gifted me. Some die cuts that Miss Jacqueline had gifted me, who is Metalark 001 here on YouTube. This was the first one I shared. Okay, the second one I shared, this one is only one paper thick. So it wasn't very thick, you guys. It still works. It's not going to ruin, she'll be able to use it for Christmas. But after I created the first one, I said, let me try something different. And here is my hanging element. And I just put a simple bow in the back. Here's another one I created. Now, here's the grommet, you guys. Because when I did the first one, I didn't have them. So there's that mint green grommet that I had ordered. And now these, I didn't use a foam, guys. I just used paper because my paper is pretty thick that I use. So, this is a sturdy tag. Because it is a couple, I think, I used a designer paper, and I used a 110 pound in white with the Tim Holtz die. So I layered those two together. And then, of course, my daughter did the silhouette for me in this foil satin pink. And I think that's a Tonic Studio paper, you guys, and it's pretty thick. And here's a flower that Miss Jacqueline gifted me. This little ornament came from my friend Nisha in a box swap. I think this was in the Christmas in July box swap. And these little stickers, of course, I picked up at Hobby Lobby. What I did different here, you guys, I didn't use the foam. I just used a designer paper, one layer of 110 pound cardstock, and one layer of the foil, and then I did another solid in a layer of the silhouette in a pattern paper. And to do the little banner here, this is pretty thick, you guys. I layered a white one, and I layered this pattern right here. And then it's got 3 layers. So it's got 2 full ones. One in the mint green and pink stripe, one in the solid white. And then my third one, I cut it, that I printed on, I cut off the little tab there so you could see the stripe. So it is really 3 layers, you guys. But this, without the foam, it works so much better. And because I have several layers on here, it's not going to bend or anything. They're really nice. I really like the results. There it is closed up. And like I said, this one I did do designer paper on the back. Let me share the other one with you guys. And I just added different little bits and pieces of things that I had bought lately for Christmas. And here's another flower from Miss Jacqueline. And here's the list again. Here's the grommet. And I really like the way these came out. This one does have the pattern paper. These are pretty thick, you guys. These are thick, sturdy tags. They're not real thick, but they're very sturdy because of the layering with the thicker papers. Here's another one. And they're all pretty similar. The only difference are the collages that are on here, guys. Like this one has the snowflake. This one has the snowflake. Another one of those ornaments that my friend Nisha had gifted me. And then here's again the little Christmas list. And this one is just white. I didn't do another backing on here. And it's still pretty sturdy, you guys. Even though I didn't do another backing on it, it's still pretty sturdy. Is this one coming undone? Yep, looks like this one's... I'm going to have to glue this a little bit right here, you guys. When I bent it, I felt like it came undone. But... they're really nice, you guys, and they're very sturdy. This is a snowflake again from Miss Jacqueline. And then the snowflake back here is from Miss Agnes. So I kind of layered both of those snowflakes. How pretty. And then here is the last one. So I made her 5. There's only 5 people on the list, so I only made 5. There's the other one. And even though it's got Tamika's name, maybe somebody else, her husband, her daughter, somebody could use it on one of her gifts. So this is the one that another one that I created. Again, here's another one of those poinsettias that Miss Jacqueline gifted me. And some just little glittered flower picks and stuff like that. So pretty. And the banners, of course, is just 110-pound cardstock with those clear stickers from Hobby Lobby. And this one is also just plain white. Now, I wanted to try to see if one of them could hold a gift card. This is the last one that I made, you guys. And I've been playing with a technique on how to make bows, and I really like this technique, you guys. I saw somebody on YouTube. I don't recall her name. It's in Spanish. But I could see what she was doing. And I love the way she makes her bows. And I mean, they're just simple bows, but they look beautiful. That's why I have all these... That's why I have all these bows on my desk, you guys. Every time I find a little piece of ribbon, I turn it into a bow. That's what I've been doing. I've been playing. And so I made the bow with her technique, and I really like the way she did it. Again, there's the banner. Here's the typewriter. I didn't do anything to the typewriter. I just used it for a gift card. And here again are the little picks that I got from the little die cuts I got from Miss Jacqueline. This little snowflake came from Miss Lorianne Norris. And this one came from Miss Jacqueline. So it's all pretty much, you know, the same thing. And I did go ahead and put the little list in here, you guys, but I didn't glue it down. This one would actually come all the way down, out if I didn't glue it. So, but right behind it, let me slide this down. Right behind it, you could house the gift card. And the gift card is not going to come out, even though I didn't glue it right here on where the keys end, because the bow is tacked down right there, you guys. So it won't come down, but so that the gift card can slide almost all the way down. Then, of course, I would lift up the little Christmas list. But how pretty is that? And I did not put a hanging element on this, you guys, because if I'm going to use it as a gift card, of course, I wouldn't need a hanging element unless I wanted to use it as like an ornament on my tree and not lose the gift card inside. You know, if I still wanted to add it to my tree, then of course I could add a hanging element and the gift card would be in there for the recipient. But that's what I've been doing, you guys. I have been playing as usual, but I just wanted to share the little things I had been working on, and hopefully this will inspire you. And I love the way the lanterns look, you guys, because of the 3D effect with the shred. Thank you, Miss Betty. I have really had a lot of fun playing with all the shred, you guys, and every time I create a wreath, like, it seems like they all look different, and they kind of remind me of twigs. So I guess that's why I like them. But I have to say my favorite ones were the fall ones that I made for my friend Nisha. But I love them all. I love the typewriter. I love what I can do with the typewriter. I love that it can be, you know, just a list. And it wouldn't have to be, like, if somebody gifted you this die cut, guys, it wouldn't even have to be just for a wish list. If you didn't have a computer or a printer and all that good stuff, of course, you could just stamp something like Naughty or Nice or Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays and just put your banner in there. It would all work the same, you guys. Of course, if you have a computer and you can personalize, sometimes it's really, really nice, but it's not absolutely necessary. I hope everyone's having a great day. I want to thank you guys for watching me. All of you guys who support me every time I put up a video, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, you guys. And like I said, hopefully this gives you an idea on how to use that little lantern die to make it look more 3D instead of just a flat wreath. Although you guys are very creative, because all us crafters, you know, can do something other. We use the things that we have differently than how they were intended, and that's what makes us crafters, you guys. Not the creator, but create. You know, we create. We're all creators. Everyone that's a crafter is a creator, as far as I'm concerned, but not the creator. We already know who the creator of heaven and earth is. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope everyone has a great day, and God bless. I was just rambling on, wasn't I? Bye, y'all.